Afternoon everybody, Clint Endersby from ProStock with the market report from the 13th of July. Very mixed quality yarding, only 350 cattle yarded with I'd say over half of them showing the signs of a cold wet winter that we're in. The other half was some grain fed finished cattle which sold very strongly. Today the best of the cows sold firm to slightly better in places on the top end and if anything the lighter cows were just a little bit off. The best of the cows today made up to 380 for some heifery younger types, with the bulk of the good cows between 350 and 370. The medium weight cows were 330 to 340, and then once you got into your light, plainer store type cows were back 250 to 290, and then your ultra lights they were less than $2. The bull market today very strong again. Had quite a number of bulls there with the younger, better shape Euro type bulls making up to 330, and then your British bred older fellas with a fair bit of weight, anywhere from $3 to 320. The grown steers today, very few, but the few grass-fed fellas, they made around 4 to 420 for your heavy 550 plus kilos, and then once we got on some well-finished grain-fed steers, some 600 plus fellas made up to 450, and then the 500 to 520s, again, plenty of finish and very nice cattle. They made up to $4.70. Their sisters made the same money, and same on the grass cattle. The heifers, they were $3.80 to $4. Your feeder steers, again, they've been taking a bit of a hit the last 2 weeks, and again they've just softened a little bit, not quite as dramatic as the previous week. But your Angus steers there, in your feeder weights, your 350 to 500s, they sold between $5.20 to $5.40. And the bulk of them making $5.30 to $5.35. Your coloured steers in the same weight range, $4.80 to $5.20, and again majority of them in the $5.10 to $5.20. It's getting very hard to put lines of them together. Out of 350 cattle, there's a lot of bits and pieces and ones and twos coming through. So the better lines are definitely attracting more competition, and the well-bred cattle too. Your little steers to return to the paddock. Not quite as much demand and not many of them about this week. Again, same story as the feeders, just struggling to get lines of them. The best of those steers today they made up to $5.80, but majority of them were $5.40 to $5.50. And the heifers under 300 kilos, same story, bits and pieces most of the day, but the well-bred Angus types were anywhere from $5 to $5.50, and you're back into the mid-fours if they were just the ones and twos. Your lighter bulls to go back to the paddock, again, following the same trend as your steers and heifers, just a little bit easier, anywhere from $3.50 to $4.50. In my opinion, I think we'll still see a little bit of a softening yet, especially on the feeder side. Obviously, it's just, as I've said earlier, it's just getting tough to put lines of them together, and the markets at the moment are full of bits and pieces, which is just not helping the overall average price. But if you've got well-bred cattle in decent runs, they still make the good money. And the heavy cattle are definitely hanging in there. So as much as the job feels like it's softening a bit, wouldn't be too concerned just at the moment. Just hang in there, and I think the heavy cattle aren't too bad, and just your feeders are just going to have a little readjustment in the near future. That's the market report from today. Thank you.